Check, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. It is currently Friday night, October 14th. This will be released Saturday morning, and here is the review of last week and what's to come on the week ahead. Now, quite the week we had. Here's a weekly chart for you. I did mention last week about how we put in and closed this doji candle right here, and that I personally thought it was a sign of strong buyers. What also made me think that was this is that week's, so last week's profile, and the point of control where the most volume was at the bottom, so I went into the week thinking that that may have been absorbed, and it was. But so this candle, we put in this beautiful doji, so I was really eager to see what our next candle would look like. We couldn't quite close. Okay, so actually we did engulf this candle, so I love to see that. I really do. So next week I would look for this wick to get filled, where basically we take it out on a bull case. And as you know, I've talked about how each of these are a curve. So we've went to the bottom of this curve, and now we're at the top. I'd like to see us in a bull case go back to this curve. Now, here's the daily, where the blue dot is Monday, ES candles. And I spoke about how I love the wicks right here in a previous balance zone, and it was at the point of control from all the volume in the bars you see. So that showed me it could be buying, that selling was absorbed, but that doesn't mean it will keep getting absorbed. So I didn't go into this week saying we're good to go long, but I knew that there was buying absorbed there, and this will, everything I'm saying right now will not make sense, but explain why I traded better this week from the charts and not having a bias due to news. So on the daily we had these wicks. I talked about how I love to see them, and how I was at the point of control. And then once again, like a broken record, as if you guys don't know, I'm keeping these trend lines up here to look for a retest, and at least I don't look stupid this week because we finally stopped going down and at least made our way towards it. Last week I said I would like to see us hit the 20 MA on the daily, which we did hit at 43.78, where it's currently sitting. Now, I did say this zone would be a line in the sand because we ended, so all we saw was this, so I knew this was the next major level where sellers would be. And as you can see to the tick, we hit it, and several ES candles with wicks, and then you got the lower high, and it's about a wrap there. So yeah, love to see that. It looks great. You got the lower high, 200 MA. I'll go over what to watch, but we have 200 MA below, so on top of confluence of this new curve right here, so it's good support. Now, just one moment. On the monthly, these are monthly profiles, so this is where we're at in October. It's a good month so far, I'd say, as long as we can put in a lower high. But so this is the flip zone I've been talking about, and I said how I felt we didn't truly accept below it yet, and this is a big line in the sand for me. Well, I noticed these are 2-hour candles, and this is where we started Sunday Globex. I noticed we ended up putting in over the weekend lower highs. Unfortunately, I know I did this after the video came out, but so that made me bullish, and this is a perfect chart because not everyone, but the majority of FinTwit and Facebook and just any internet forum, people were, because Sunday night was when the Hamas conflict news came out. well, maybe not Sunday night, but we gapped down right here because of it. And so everyone and their brother was saying sell, 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 short, buy puts, or all, you know, those things. And so there's no way it was an instant gap down, and unless you know the future, there's no way you could have sold or shorted or put puts in before the gap down. So all of those people that traded emotionally only had 15 points to make. You know, of course, Thursday or Wednesday and Wednesday to Friday we went down, but there were 3 straight days of going up. And so that's why I don't let news affect my day-to-day trading. I knew from what I've told you, several different charts from the higher time frame told me 300 was a key level on the daily. On the weekly, we absorbed it. Buyers absorbed it. And where is it? Sorry, guys. You know, I seen this gap down right here, and I don't know what else to say. I just kind of kept it simple, you know. I just didn't let, you know, 2 plus, it's kind of like what they say in The Big Short, 2 plus 2 equals fish. Just because there's negative news, that doesn't mean the market has to go down. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. Play the charts. Now, to move on, the weekly profiles. Actually, let me go to the weekly profiles. So this is last week's volume profile. I pointed out how last week I pointed out how the week before we ended up putting in a POC right there, so that could have meant buyers. And as you can see, we went higher, and I guarantee if I drew these two to see what the volume profile looked like, it'd be okay. I thought it'd be a better looking curve, but notice how these overlap like a puzzle piece to make almost one. So but yeah, we could not. I had this marked because this is low volume from 1 week, extreme low volume, so that was a big move, and we could not break above this. We top ticked it and went back down. Here, I can show you guys. I don't normally do this, but you can just see, you know, dumped. That's why there's no volume put in there. Broke through there. Lower high, buyers put in that point of control. They put in volume. They absorbed all that selling, and we could not break past that. Now, those are 2-hour line on close. But, so yeah, we got the weekly candle, monthly out of the way, weekly profiled. Now we want to go to the daily profiles. Okay, so last week we ended right here. And this is another reason I saw this, and I saw the 300 level again being strong. This is the gap down from Hamas News, and we opened up right here, and it speaks for itself, really. But so these are the session profiles we opened up here. Hamas News gap down, balance, shoot up on low volume, balance, rest RTH, balance overnight, no pullback for shorts to cover that are getting squeezed, rip again without much of a pullback, and then that's when the following day we saw a pullback, I believe Wednesday. Yep. And here I can I guess I'll do this for you guys so you can kind of see the movement. So yeah, Hamas gap down, squeeze up, squeeze up. So I said bear case that we'd lose the 200 daily MA, which we did not last week. The 300 level, which we did not. And as I said, I would like to see a reclaim of this on the bull case, but that's a very far target. Now, let's see here. Okay, we did have, where is it? FOMC was kind of disappointing. Here's what the volume profile from it looked like. Didn't have much of a move. And then non-farm payroll as well. That was pretty good, but the move later, the bond auction, that was gnarly, which would have been right here. So that's what put us down. That's where we broke out from here to here. Was where, I'm sorry, not bond, maybe treasury bond auction, but so all right. And I meant to tell you guys this last week. This is something I've been watching for a long time. This gray line right here is I think it's 18 now. It used to be 14. 14-day ATR, ADR. I don't know. The average, the amount of points we trade on average per day, and we're moving up. We spent the majority of this year below 53, as you can see on the right, and so that does not give you much to work with in each day. When if you look at last year, our low was 90, so our high of this year almost was the low of last year. So we spent a good time at 100 or higher even. Oh, I shortened my data so I can't go over, but what's it called? But yeah, it's very good to see that we were at a 40 average ATR, and now we're at 65. So maybe we're setting up for a Santa Claus rally. That would be awesome. This was Friday's range, and so we are above average on Friday even. So I'd like to see that continue. Now as far as next week, let's see. Oh, one more thing here. I have saved this for last because I know not everyone uses market profile, but it just shows balances. So this is the initial balance. It's many days I merged into one, and then we moved down and balanced. I merged them into one. This is one single day. The dates are down there if you need them. And then we broke out of balance, leaving single prints. Had a RTH gap, multi-day balance, broke down, multi-day balance, broke down, multi-day balance, broke up, and then this was one single day where we left single prints, balance on one day, left single prints, which these got filled today. The singles were like that. That's usually where you expect buyers to come back, and they got filled. That's why I left that there. So I drew this as the last balance zone. This is here. Let me undo the merge so you can see this. So this is Monday. We were above the previous balance zone, and we were holding above it. And then what was it on this day? I think it was Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday we wicked into it a little bit. So today I was looking to see if what would happen. We'd go back into it, and look what happened. Once we went into it, each of these are pretend these are 30-minute candles. We went into it and then went up, flip from support to resistance, and we're back in this balance zone. Now I have this circled right here because on Monday, Tuesday, here I'll put them in order so they're like 30-minute candles. We could not get into the gap as well as the next day, and these are all just RTH. Tried at the end of the day, ticked it a little bit. I believe overnight we got almost halfway through it, but so that's 3 fails. I'm actually gonna mark that. I'll just do it with X's. As you can see, like on my levels, I have double XX. I need to go back and go through them, but so yeah, we failed to get into this gap. So I'd also look for us to get into the gap, and I did tweet this. Let me pull up my Twitter. I did tweet. Let's see a little play-by-play. So gap rejected on ES, lots of singles below. Singles were created 3 days in a row now, which was insane. And so the gap was rejected. And then I said, if we lose 387, I'm looking for 372. If not, the gap above 420 still stands. If we lose 387, I'm looking for 372. Now, this didn't happen right away. It took about a day or two, but as you can see, this was when we tried to fill the gap overnight that I was talking about. So this and above is this gap. We did not get in. So once I saw we failed to take out 72, I was then bullish, and I saw we could not get into the gap, and I was no longer bullish. And once we took out that right there, we saw 72, and in fact we saw lower. And this is me seeing if people thought the gap would fill overnight, which it did halfway, but they could not hold it in RTH. But yeah, give me a follow on Twitter, guys. You know, I love talking shop with people and whatnot. So just to truly recap, 300 still key level I'm watching, as well as 400 to 420. And for data next week, we have 3 days next week with high impact, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Each day, Monday, we just have an FOMC member speaking, New York Empire State Manufacturing, a couple FOMC members speaking, so 8:30, 10:30, 2 o'clock, and 4:30. Tuesday, the high impact's at 8:30. We have core retail, so that will be exciting. And then we have a lot of medium impact at 9:15, 9:20, 10, and 4 o'clock, 4:30. Wednesday, another high impact day, 8:30, another 8:30 and 10:30. Crude oil inventories, of course, and building permits. We have some Fed members speaking. You can read. I don't want to read all these. You guys can read them. But Thursday, our last day, our third and last day with high impact. We have initial jobless claims, which is huge. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, existing home sales, another big one, and then Powell speaking at noon Eastern time. So, and then here's what we have for Friday. Now, I said I pulled up the VIX, and these are weekly candles, so we were right here, and I said how I liked how each time the VIX popped up, we got shoved down, and I drew a white line here, and I don't like how we did get this high, but I do like that we were unable to close that high, so that is good. As far as the daily, it is looking kind of bullish on the VIX, so for bull case, I'd like to see for bull case on SPY, I'd like to see the VIX stay down. SPY, I had confluence with ES as well. I saw the weekly candle, how we had the beautiful wick at a flip zone, and so we had resistance, turn support, and this engulfing candle right here. That closed, and with that, and then the look at the ES weekly candle, that gave me a lot of confidence, and I believe the daily looked pretty good on Friday of last week. Okay, no, it was just the end of the week, how we put in not only this hammer, but then engulfed and closed right there above that. So as far as SPY, I'd like to see us hold above, what is that, 429. And then I went over RSP versus SPY, which is just the it's equally weighted. instead of being more tech heavy and everything else. If you look at the two, here's RSP, here's SPY. Pretty similar moves for the past week. So that tells me everything's moving together. It's not too tech heavy, the move, you know, it wasn't just tech moving it down. And then QQQ. I mentioned how we're at the bottom of this zone. I loved the wick. I love to see it. And we've been in this balance. And this is the 50% to 61.3% fib, also known as the golden zone, for long or short, that I'd like to see it be tested again. It looks like it has been tested and failed. So, where is it? Nice little fail right there. So, would honestly, just off of this chart alone, would not be surprised if we tested right there. This is a daily chart again. Now let's go to oil. Been loving oil lately. So on the weekly, this is that zone I drew a long time ago and accumulated in. We had previous resistance turned into support, absorbed, which even on the monthly, these zones are respected. These are monthly levels. It's beautiful. You go to the weekly, same thing. Resistance turns support, wick buyers. So we did have sells right there, which was as expected because of this level. But I like where CL's at, and we will see what's to come. Oh yeah, another thing was when we were at this low, the very high volume, that's I'm bullish on that. But alright guys, sorry about that. I was going to pull up Thinkorswim really quick and just go over 30-day and 5-day percentage moves on the different sectors, but Thinkorswim's being weird, but here, I'll just do this for you. 1-day performance, energy's been killing it on Friday. 1 week, we got energy, utilities, real estate leading the pack. Cyclical, tech, and communication down. 1 month, everything's red with utilities at the bottom. Real estate, consumer, cyclical, communication, energy, and tech at the top of 1 month. 3 month, energy's the only green one, with communication behind, healthcare and financial behind, and at the bottom, real estate, utilities. So utilities and real estate are not doing the best 1 to 3 month, as well as half year, and actually all medium and high time frame, those are not doing good, as you can see. So the 1 year, tech's killing it, leading it 41%, communication services, industrial, financial. So yeah, there's that. And then I do like to look at this, call me corny, but fear and greed index currently at 29, and that's that. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you guys. Thank you for watching.